What started as a celebration for the release of 4 Carousel-themed postal stamp designs in 1988 became the now Merry-Go-Round Museum. What makes this establishment different is the exploration of the craftsmanship, artistry, and history of carousels and the featured pieces on each construction.
This building was built in 1927 with a round front and served as Sandusky's post office till the mid-80s. And then 1988, they issued their first set of Carousel commemorative postage stamps. And of the 4 animals on that set of stamps, only one was still on a working carousel, and it just happens to be located just up the road from us at Cedar Point Amusement Park. So they went around town and knocked on all the doors that had carousel pieces in their windows to see what kind of pieces they could borrow, and were able to come up with about 50 carousel pieces, open their doors for a reception, hoping for 200 to 300 people to come through, and over 2,000 did. So they put together a nonprofit, and in 1990 we opened our doors.
It's kind of incredible. So it really was supposed to start as just in celebration of another event, but it turned into an established institution essentially.
Yes. That, and everybody has their own favorites, their own reason for coming in. We always laugh because you'll get a group coming in and one person really wants to be in here. And several in the group are just being dragged in because one person really wants to be in, and so they're humoring that person by coming in. And there is so much to see on these pieces, and it's so much more than you were expecting, that everybody leaves and go, oh my goodness, that's so much better than I was expecting. That, you hear Carousel Museum and you think, not another museum. Why do I want to go look at these horses? But each horse is so individualized and so different, and until you're actually standing looking at them, you think of the ride that you grew up with, but you don't really pay attention to the animals. And then you start looking at these animals and it's amazing. I mean, don't get me wrong, most of the animals are horses, but we have camels and goats and donkeys and frogs.
It would be kind of fun to ride a frog. I mean, how often can you say you rode a frog, right?
Not just a frog, but a dressed frog. Bow tie, vest, dressed to go out on the town.
That is a fancy frog.
He is. I say Froderick was carved here at the museum, and we did a Name the Animal contest after he got carved. So we have Froderick the frog on our machine that you can ride.
I love that so much. So what is the oldest horse you have in the collection currently?
Currently, the oldest horse in here, we have a Charles Dare horse that was from his changeover from doing hobby horses to start doing carousel horses, and he was completed sometime between 1860 and 1875.
And it's here in this museum to look at?
And he's still, I'm gonna say, in either early park paint or original paint. So he has more of a authentic antique look to him, where most carousel animals, because the maintenance guys in the park will repaint them from time to time, have had so many layers put on them that they've been restored that they look brand new. So you're looking at these pieces, you really don't realize they're all over 100 years old.
I wouldn't have guessed. I would have figured maybe 80s at best. So maybe 30 years old, but
yeah.
I would have never guessed over 100 years old. What is your, I guess you could say, youngest piece that you have?
So the youngest one really is on our machine. It is currently Eddie the dog, and he's been on our machine for about 2 years now.
Did you say Eddie the dog?
I did.
You have a dog. Wait a minute, so we have horses, we talked about a frog, now we have a dog. Okay, I'm excited to check all of this out.
And watching people's faces light up when they ride the carousel is one of the highlights of my day.
Thank you so much. That was so much fun.
Watch Finding Festivals on PBS.org, and for more festival fun, be sure to like and follow @HaleyStory and visit FindingFestivals.com.